Mirëmëngjes, krejtve që në zhu qëtash, bashkë qëtash që në zhu, këtëre juve tjerëve që na shikut ma herët, ju thamë mirëmëngjes edhe ma herët shikus të dashton, erdhë koha e mysafirit që ka ardhë prej Abu Dhabit, në vërtet dje kemi folë shumë për Emiratet e Bashkuara Arabe, kemi folë shumë për udhëtimin e erëzës që i kishte në Dubai, e njona prej Emirateve është edhe Abu Dhabi, bile është kryeqyteti i Emirateve të Bashkuara Arabe. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start from the beginning. Këtu e kemi mysafirin Ali Al Salum, që vjen prej Abu Dhabit, edhe është autori i emisioneve atje, edhe po punon në promovim të vendeve të ndryshme, për ta këshyrim saksisht për çka është në Kosovë. So, let's start from the beginning. Why are you in Kosovo? Or in Kosovo?
It's a beautiful thing even to hear from the beginning when you said the word musafir. It's from an Arabic origin, which is a person who's actually traveling, or even the guest who actually comes. So I've been here. This is my second time to come to Kosovo, and I have a very lovely friend called Albinot Moloko, and I always visit him when I actually come to Kosovo. My purpose and my intention is to raise awareness about different communities from around the world and to connect our people as much as we could by arriving to their country, understanding their culture.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for a long time now, over 12 years of traveling so many places. And there's so much, I think, to learn about, Kosovo's history and the people who live here and, all the situations that it went through. There is a very dark and difficult time where people have to learn from and to understand about coexistence and how to live together. And at the same time, I know it's very cold. It's really, really cold in your country. But it's also a good change for us, from the weather over there.
E pyetëm mas pari pse ka ardhur në Kosovë, tregoj që ka ardhur në Kosovë se është hera 2 që ka ardhur këtu, po ju duk edhe interesant fjala mysafir që e përmendëm më herët, se mysafir është e njëjta fjalë në gjuhën arabe, domethënë vjen prej etimologjia, vjen prej gjuhës arabe, që domethënë dikush që udhton ose tamam kuptimi i mysafirit. Po vjen Kosovë se ka edhe një mik këtu, hera 2 që vjen, ka Albinat Malokun, që e viziton sa ardh vjen këtu, e pastaj gjithashtu udhton nëpër botë për me e promovu kulturat e ndryshme të botës në vendin e tij, edhe ka mësuar edhe për historinë e Kosovës, që kemi pas edhe histori të errët, domethënë në kuptimin që kemi pas edhe probleme të lashe në të kalumen, dhe në përgjithësi kjo përafërsisht çka tha deri në fund nëse harova diçka.
Kjo ke. What were your expectations before coming here for the first time?
Because I've traveled a lot and I've really seen so many different cultures and countries, I always not like to keep any expectation. I keep it very open. I understand people are different, language is different, culture and body language and all of that. So, but we know Kosovo. Since we were even back home, we learned about the difficult time that Kosovo went through. We studied about it. We've seen it. It's not like something that we just know about it. We've actually grown up learning about the pain that Kosovo went through at that time. So that for me was maybe to see has the city changed, because this is my second time to Pristina, and to see that there is a lot of developments also happening.
When was the first time?
I believe about 6 years ago, or maybe 7 years ago, and it was a beautiful visit. It was really good, and I was covering different kind of areas of Kosovo.
E pyetje Erza, do të thonë, çfarë pritje ki pas për Kosovën pas se marrë? Tha zakonisht para se me shku në një vend të ri, nuk kam pritje. E provoj me mbajt mendjen sa ma të hapun, do të thonë që mos mu befasu, ose mos me akriju vetit një mendim ma heret, po me pas mendimin masi që të vi në atë vend, po tha, na edhe kemi ditë për Kosovën edhe ma heret, se kemi ndëgju për Kosovën, kur pat ndëgju në vërtet krejt bota atëherë, kur e kemi pas konfliktin këto dhe luftën që kemi pas gjatë viteve të 90-ta. Pra në Kosovë, herën e kalume ka qenë para 6 vjetëve, 6 apo 7 vjetëve dhe tash këtë herë. So, I forgot, did you speak about the changes? Do you see any changes from 6 years or not?
Yes, I think the changes from what I remember was some of the some areas were did not having some major buildings. I've seen some buildings,
okay.
But some of the older, I would say, older cities, they are still there with the beauty, you know, with the you know, where the rivers and you know some of the areas that they have the old town, you know, and it's just amazing because it doesn't have to change. These places could stay as they are. But there are some new developments.
Okay. Pyeta domethënë çfarë dallimi ka pasur brenda këtyre 6 viteve dhe tregoj që normalisht janë do zona që s'kan qenë të ndërtuara atëherë, tash ka ndërtesa shumë më shumë domethënë se që ka pas para 6 vjeteve, por normalisht edhe do pjesë të vjetra që I pëlqejnë shumë, ato kanë mbetë të njëjta dhe duhet të mbesin të njëjta. So you produce different shows, video materials for, like, you have a video channel on social media, or how do
Yes, so basically some of the content that I have, it goes into our major Dubai TV of our own country, and it goes also on some of the major platforms that we have with so many people watch online. We also have our own YouTube channel with my name, and lots of the content is actually being aired in Arabic and in English as well.
Okay.
So there's a big massive of audience that watches the national TV and also the beautiful, you know, platforms that we have, like a very famous one called Awan, which is an online platform that people watch the show on it.
Do të thonë, ku I publikon zakonisht videot që I prodhon, tha edhe në televizionin kryesor në Abu Dhabi atje, po edhe në kanalin e tij në YouTube që ka emrin e tij, pra Ali Al Salum, po edhe është një platformë shumë e njoftun. Këto I publikon edhe në gjuhën angleze dhe në gjuhën arabe, platformë shumë e njoftun Awai, was it?
Awan.
Awan.
Yeah.
Awan është platforma ku I publikon domethënë videot e tij anëmban kur udhton anëmban botës, domethënë e ka emrin Ali Al Salum, nëse doni me gjetë në YouTube me shkru Ali Al Salum. Ashtu mundeni me gjetë në YouTube veç e shkruni edhe e gjeni. Unë e këshyra interesant se ishin dikur rreth 8.800 Ali edhe Alije në Kosovë, dhe më thonë, që I kanë emrin e njëjtë me mysafirin ton të sotëm.
What's something that you have been impressed about Albanian culture? Because you have visited also Albania, North Macedonia, and Kosovo as well.
If there was something that was not, you mean, not acceptable, you mean, or something, or what is that?
Something good.
Something good. Oh no, I
mean, good and bad.
Yes,
you can mention
no, I think
both of them.
I think the Albanian culture itself, because of the differences of the existence of Albanian culture in different countries, it makes it one of the greatest and very rich culture. This is by default, I think, and also the Albanian people have to know this, you know. You're in many different areas and you pick up all of these good things from different cultures and you know, impose it into your own existent place that you are in. So I think people have to understand we do have a lot of similarities, family perspective, the respect, you know, the love for each other and the patriotic, you know, way of feeling. All of these things, I see it in every single Albanian person that I've met around the region and in the different countries.
E pyeti Erza se çka ki, do të thonë, çush kemi qef na me nisane të mira për veten. I tha çka ki e kina I përshtypje, çka të ka impresionu, çka të ka lënë përshtypje më shumë ti për neve, do të thonë tha më ka lënë përshtypje që keni kulturë, do të thonë shumë të ndryshme, diverse, dhe pasi që jemi të shpërndam në përbotë dhe që ato kultura dhe të botës I sjellim në Kosovë, do të thonë që nisan interesant, po edhe ngjashmëritë që I kemi mes veti, do të thonë me kulturën, do të thonë e Emirateve Arabe atje, që respekti ndaj familjes dhe ajo keni san e veçantë që e përmendi. So the United Arab Emirates are like a similar we discussed it yesterday actually because she just came from Dubai a few
How
days
was it?
ago. So she told her experience to the audience.
Awesome.
And what was interesting was like 88% of the people were like expatriates in Dubai, and like the people is like almost similar in size to Kosovo. But you also have a lot of people who live abroad, right?
Yes. Well, not from our own country. That's the difference.
Okay.
You see, people have to understand now we are Arabs. Arabs are like, you know, a very big nation.
Yeah, from Morocco to...
all the way to Oman.
Yeah, yes.
And this area consists of two continents, Arabs in Africa, Arabs in Asia. Each one of them is different because of the characteristics of that
But I mean
area.
Emiratis.
Emiratis, we are mainly from the UAE. Very, very small number, maybe very, very little, maybe like, living somewhere else and staying.
Very little,
but we are actually around 1 point something, and we're basically based in our own country. And yes, we are living with 8-9 million expatriates in our own country. But we are very happy with it, and you know, it is what it is. We have to live with everyone. And this is how the government and the leadership taught us since we were young, that this country belongs to everybody and everybody's welcome to live in peace. And I think because you've seen the system and the laws that is implemented, it's on everybody. So the country is young and it's growing. So definitely it welcomes everybody from around the world. And it's very easy for us to travel and to meet with you because we're very lucky. We have Albanians, we have Americans, we have Chinese, we have people from the other Arab nations, we have people from Europe. So when we come to you, we know a little bit more about who you are. Unlike when we come to the, you know, I was walking in Pristina and people see me with this, and I could see they're looking at me. And
how do you call that in Arabic?
This is called sufra, or hamdaniya. Hamdaniya. Now, maybe you know sufra because of the Turkish word. Sufra is like when you put the food.
The food. Say sufra bez.
Yeah, but it's actually we refer to it as hamdaniya and or ghutra. We have many words to it, and it basically to protect us from the sun. You know, that's one of the major reasons.
E pyeta do të thonë për Emiratet e Bashkuara se na bash dje shumë koincidencë interesante, dje bash folëm për Emiratet e Bashkuara Arabe ku 88% të popullatës janë ekspatriat, do të thonë janë të huaj, edhe a ka shumë Emirati që jetojnë jashtë Emirateve të Bashkuara, do të thonë thaj jo, nuk ka shumë që jetojnë jashtë. Gjithë jemi atë fokusum aty, jemi diku një presje diçka milion njerëz, gati 2 milion njerëz, po rreth 8 miliona që diçka janë të huaj, kështu që po e kanë shumë lehtë edhe kur udhtojnë me komuniku me të huajt se i kanë aty brenda dhe janë mësu prej fillimit që si shtet i ri që është shtet i krejt botës, do të thonë që gjithkush mundet me ardha aty edhe me bashkëpunu, edhe nuk kemi paragjykime shumë ndaj njerëzve tuj, si për shembull thanë Kosovë kur kam ardhur, shumë njerëz ku më kanë pa me këtë pelhurën që e kanë kokë, që na tregoj që i thonë sufra, pak si sofra e janë, edhe disa fjalë tjera që i tregoj tash i harova, po tha që këtu e kanë kthyer pak çuditshëm, po tha na e përdorim këto për mbrojtje prej diellit, pasi që ka shumë diell atje. Yeah. So now, what's your plan in Kosovo?
Well, we've traveled around and we've visited a few areas, and I was very happy to see one of the great projects that you have in Kosovo, Sheikha Fatima Hospital for Children. And Sheikha Fatima is, you know, the mother of the UAE, my country, and she's a very important person and figure in our own history, and she's an amazing woman. And I was passing, and you know, I checked the great project, and it's amazing to see some of these beautiful projects are happening between the UAE and Kosovo. And so I was wanted to visit them and to see, you know, what's happening over there and how things are being done. There is also the Association of Sheikha Fatima for Women, and the intention of helping everybody who actually came after the very difficult time and how they can do better for tomorrow. So I had the great honor to visit them and also to see their, their work and to meet some of the families from the different communities in Kosovo. I think one thing many people might not know is how much Kosovo, as small as it is, but it's very diverse. And yes, it's very difficult. It's not easy to let everybody happy at the same time. But I think something is really beautiful, and there is a lot of things that we can learn from the people outside. Maybe the people inside cannot really see it. But I think when we come and we see the different projects and how everybody is helping and supporting, and the governments from around the world really wants to have that beautiful thing happening in Kosovo, and we come also as normal people who are visiting, I think we can learn something, that this is a beautiful version of how things should be. But it's difficult. I can feel it in some conversations I have with some people, the situation, the weather. But again, it's life, and it is challenging. And so I think that's my purpose this time. I learned about the different communities in Kosovo as well. And I consider I have a family here, because you know the people that I visit, and it's great to see them again.
E pyeta se çfarë plani ka në Kosovë, tha kam vizitu ma herët edhe projektin e spitalit Sheker Fatma në Kosovë, se ajo është nën e Emirateve të Bashkuara Arabe e njohur atje, ma mërmendja si na që kemi në Nën Terez, ndoshta. Pastaj po çka ju do edhe interesant për Kosovën, deshni me përmend edhe një karakteristikë tjetër, tha edhe pse vendi vogël, prapë se prapë i ka pëlqyer shumë diversiteti që është në Kosovë, domethënë sa shumë ka diversitet, edhe pse është e vështirë më kanjëherë është çështje e vështirë kjo çështja e diversitetit, po prapë se prapë e sheh si pasuri këto.
For how many days you are here in Kosovo now?
We're stayed about 5 days. I think around 5 days. We're almost 1 week here. We're gonna be.
How long you're gonna be here?
We're staying.
And are you gonna visit other cities or just Pristina?
No, I visited different areas already, and but we are staying here tonight in Pristina, and by tomorrow and after tomorrow, me and my team will be, traveling back home, going to other places to continue to travel.
Do të thonë disa ditë pas ka qenë në Kosovë, bjen diku një javë, që është diçka pas ka me qenë, mas nesër po shkoj ka vizitu vendet e ndryshme e Prishtinë. And for the end, just to ask you something, we discussed yesterday because we were discussing the United Arab Emirates and like how many expats live there and work there. But like, how does it work? Like, because we heard some not so good things about the sponsors and stuff, that you have to give your passport to somebody if you work there. And I saw some stories when I was living in France for a bit, like for people like in Qatar or in some other places
Got it.
in the region,
Yes.
being maybe stuck there, they couldn't leave or something like that. So how could one work there if they wanted to? If there's a professional like a videographer or an editor or something like that in the media wants to work in United Arab Emirates?
Absolutely. First of all, it's important that people read the laws. Anyone who's going to sign any contract have to read the laws. In the UAE government, labor, work, it's never allowed to take the person passport. It's not
like some other.
No. Some people might do it sometimes because they have a big number of laborers who are working in a certain project for a certain time.
Yes.
For the ease process of the paper, they keep it, but it's not allowed. And I don't think that's happened actually a big thing. It's probably few stories like that, but in general, it's not allowed. Not only in the UAE, even in the Gulf region, but sometimes people might have a bad, let's call it some bad.
Like everywhere.
Like everywhere.
Like everywhere.
That's one. But for a camera person, it's heaven over there. It's like, you have your own visa. You can have your own freelance visa that allows you to work. And in the United Arab Emirates, everyone who actually comes into the country comes in a certain form. Either you're coming as a visitor, tourist, either you are coming for work. Either one of them, you will have to have your own health insurance, and the work will actually offer it to you. So everything is covered, and therefore it's important to read your, your contract very well. And definitely you can have your own visa, because the UAE is a federation, and every one of these emirates have its own rules and laws. So if you come through Dubai or you come through Abu Dhabi or Sharjah and so on, they have their own labor rules as well over there. So you need to understand that. But of course, it's a united country. You can go anywhere in the country, wherever you want. But it's very, very important to know that it's heaven for media work. You know, a lot of production companies and people who wants to apply for a job. And it's always recommended you come, visit, learn about the culture, learn about the people, and then let people see you. Do not just go online. Sometimes online doesn't really work as better as being face-to-face.
Cool. So, e pyeta për fund e pyeta se mas I kanë shumë të huj që punojnë atje, qysh mundet dikush për shembull me ardhë në Emiratet Bashkuara dhe me punu atje, thash se kam dëgjuar dhe raste që I përmendëm dje, domethënë që mundet me pas edhe pak probleme, ndoshta me personin që lidhen atje dhe me punën që e bojnë, se kam pa dhe storje. Ma herët tha që duhet mas pari mi lezu rregullat e atij vendit edhe ligjet, se Emiratet e Bashkuara janë federat, edhe secila domethënë Abu Dhabi, Dubai edhe këto Emiratet funksionojnë kanë edhe rregullat specifike dhe duhet me lezu kontratën. Është shumë e rëndësishme me lezu kontratën, po tha është parajs për njerëz që punojnë në produksione, në videoproduksione, për kameraman se mund të marr vizën e punës shumë lehtë edhe me punu atje, po është më rëndësi me lezu kontratën, njerëz mund të shku edhe si turista, edhe si punëtor me vizë të punës, po ma mirë është me shku mas pari atje, me vizitu si turist, ose si mysafir, me vizitu si turist, e pastaj prej përvojës që e kanë atje, me vendos a dojnë me punu atje, po jo veç me kqyrë sanet për mes mi lezu në internet, po munden, domethënë, mi marë informatat prej atjejet. Unë e bashkë e kqyra kur është edhe gara e formulës 1 në Abu Dhabi, po ka gja largë, domethënë edhe 287 ditë, domethënë në dhjetor që ka gara e formulës, kështu që thash mos është ma heret me shku me vizitu edhe me pa çka ka atje. I was just talking about the race, the F1 race, but it's not in the beginning of the calendar, it's in the end next year. So it's also a nice time to visit. So thank you very much, Ali. For being with us and for sharing all this information. So, Alin mundeni me gjetë në YouTube, e pat ma herët edhe faqen e ti në YouTube, Ali Al-Salum, pra, e gjeni edhe isheni storyt e ti që kam e bo edhe prej Kosovës. So you have also Instagram, probably TikTok and Facebook. Edhe në Instagram, edhe në TikTok, edhe në Facebook mundeni me gjetë. Mirë, apo shkojmë të